need empty suits. And we definitely don't need Democrats like Darren Soto. We don't need any Democrats in power anymore anyway. They've all moved far to the left, but Darren Soto's going down, right, Scotty Moore?
He's going down. You're absolutely right. And the reason why is because he votes 100% of the time with Nancy Pelosi. And look at what it's gotten us. It's gotten attacks on the family and everything. So you're absolutely right. Matt, thank you so much for being on the show.
Well, yeah, I'm glad to be on my own show. I appreciate it, Scotty.
Well, thank you for allowing me to be on the show. And I'm glad that you're here.
Yeah, I love it, man. It's so good. Scotty Moore, everybody, candidate for District 9 in Congress, congressional seat here in Florida. So, Scotty, real quick, Title IX, they're proposing some heavy changes. And I promised Sharice Trump that I would ask from Speech First. I promised I would ask every candidate. The mainstream media isn't covering it. The changes include gender studies. The changes include you cannot make fun of somebody who has a pronoun change. They're really changing the term harassment. If you talk to anybody about being a cat, they're going to come after you. And the freedom of speech is really under attack here. Scotty Moore, how do you protect Title IX when you get into Congress?
Well, you protect it with being strong and staying consistent. And part of that is there are two genders, a natural male and a natural female. I'm not talking about how you identify. I'm talking about what your sex is at birth and common sense. That is what we need. By the way, that is what the majority, and I'm talking about a significant majority of Americans want. What we're hearing is a ton of an agenda being pushed, a radical agenda onto the American people. And it is not what we want. It's not what we need. And it's destroying America. What we don't need are thought police, people coming in and changing the way we think and overruling our constitutional freedoms that we have, by the way. This is dangerous and it is towards destruction. And so the choice could not be clear between me and my opponent and really the radical left. They're trying to destroy America, take us down a path of destruction or not. We need change. Change is so fundamental. Changes on the ballot this November.
Yes, it is. Scotty Moore, check it out, man. Everybody go to his website. What's the website, Scotty?
ScottyMooreForCongress.com. That's Scotty with the Y. You can see the signs in the back here. Moore, ScottyMooreForCongress.com. You can donate. You can be a part of it. We got our social medias up there. We're pumping out videos all the time. Join with the movement.
We need to give power back to Congress. A good Congress, too. What is happening with Title IX, just like they did with the vaccine mandates, they're going around Congress. Title IX was signed into law and passed by Congress. You got to get the power back in Congress to get these EOs that are out of control done with.
Yeah. So what we're seeing is an administrative state out of control on every level, whether it's the IRS coming, 87,000 new IRS agents coming after you, whether it's the DOJ really kind of labeling domestic terrorist parents, domestic terrorists, and all the above. You got the CDC, by the way, that happened to me, right? Overreaching. You got Fauci lied and people died happening right now. And, you got West 2 silencing my voice. Even though the governor signed into law and what we have here is a complete overreach, we have an administrative state. And by the way, woke corporate America going out of control and limiting us, attacking us, and it must stop. We need good leadership. And by the way, one of the rules, one of the charges, one of the responsibilities of Congress is oversight. We have to make sure that our country does not get too far out of control. We need checks and balances. And what good is it to have checks and balances if we do not employ and use those when they're needed? We must bring things back into order.
Scotty, you just mentioned West 2 News. The whole cabal is against you and against Republican candidates, and the media is still in the tank and colluding with the Democrats. We know the FBI did it with Facebook. Here on a local level, right here in Florida in District 9, Scotty, you were supposed to have a debate with Darren Soto, and they pulled the old "you're not vaccinated" card, and they did it politically. They did it knowing that the Democrat was probably triple boosted. And they did it as a way to stop Darren Soto from having to face you. Talk about what happened there at West 2 News.
Yeah, it was shocking. It's appalling. The fact that we're in September of 2022 and this is still happening. It felt like we were in 2020 once again. And thankfully, we live in a great state of Florida with great leadership that has already pushed forward, yet you still have corporations ignoring that and really silencing voices of Americans. And one of the things that it's so important that we as Americans never forget is what they are trying to do to us. Look at the economy right now. Are we better off than we were 2 years ago? No. Are we safer than we were 2 years ago? No. Why? Because they're trying to defund the police. Are we heading in the right direction? No. Look at what they did to our businesses. They shut down the businesses. If it weren't for Governor DeSantis opening them back up, we have a $22 billion surplus because of his leadership. Yet they're trying to shut it down. Look what they're doing at schools. They forced us to wear masks. We cannot forget. And that's what West 2 News is trying to do. It did to me. I could not stay in the building. In fact, they said, hey, because you're unvaccinated, you need to leave. We have a corporate policy. You cannot be in the building. And so it is very important that your listeners, that everyone around the country knows what happened and fights back, because this could happen to you. This has happened to Americans. And this is why we need change.
We need drastic change, and I think a lot of people are seeing it. We got Kerry Lake in Arizona, J.D. Vance, Scotty Moore, Corey Mills, Cal Wimbish. We got so many great candidates on our side. Hey, RNC, you need to help all the candidates that are going after a Democrat seat. We need to flip these seats red. If the RNC is listening, and I've gotten emails from you guys, get on the ball and financially support. Scotty, how can people give money and donate some time too?
You know, the RNC, the NRCC, they have no problem asking for money. They have no problem saying they're going to help, but then they're not helping the candidates that have a real shot. We've got a shot here. We're not asking for millions upon millions. Give us some help. Get behind us. You can see the pulse in the ground. We've got the momentum. Darren Soto is a no-show. He's not showing up in the community. He's not been helping out. Voting 100% of the time with Nancy Pelosi, that's what it's gotten us. You need the help. I need your help. Jump on to ScottyMoreForCongress.com, Scotty with a Y. Join with us in this fight to save America. We have got to flip this seat from blue to red. We've got to take back the House, my friends. Firing Nancy Pelosi is essential so that we can help save America. That's what I plan on doing, protecting families, protecting your kids, protecting parents' rights. But I need your help. Jump on to ScottyMoreForCongress.com. You can donate and you can be a part of the social media. Help spread the word. Let's do this together.
Scotty, thanks for joining us. Well said, my friend.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Matt.
All right. You guys check out thebuffshow.com/Scotty Moore. All the links are right there. And also Scotty Moore for Congress, Scotty with a Y. The Buff Show, you might notice we've been with him since the beginning, guys. We are going to flip this seat. Darren Soto. No wonder they made Scotty drive down there and then tell him, no, you can't come in because you're not vaccinated. It's none of your damn business, people, and it is against Florida law. So there you go. We'll be back on the Matt Buff Show. You stay with us.
Cost of living is